we're streaming live on Air Mozilla. Hello, Mozillians, everyone wave. All right, we should do a little round of introductions. I'm Michelle Luna, and I manage mobile support at Sumo. And we have Yusuf, who is on the call, but he's not in the video. And he's a contributor to Sumo who's awesome. His handle is Yalom96. He works on the KB, among other things. Roland, you're in Toronto. You want to
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Sorry, you want to introduce?
We don't have floods. I'm in the temperate rainforest of Vancouver, Canada. It is not raining. And it's sunny and it's nice. And I work on Android, and I coordinate all the Android support activities for Firefox for Android.
Thank you. Ralph, you want to introduce yourself? Oh, I think you're muted.
There we go. So I work out of Portland, Oregon, and I work with Firefox OS, and I have also been working a lot with the Brazilian community and helping to shake things up a little bit and get the community and the Brazilian support ready for the Firefox OS launch.
Yes, we're going to hear more about that later, about Fizzle that you were at last week. Awesome. Hermina, will you introduce yourself and where you are and what you're doing?
Sure. Hi, I'm Hermina. I'm working from Paris, France, and I'm focusing on Firefox OS together with Ralph and Michelle.
Thank you. She's our newest member of the team, of the staff, but has been contributing for many months on the knowledge base. Thanks, Hermina. Thanks for staying up late. Madalena, you're up late too. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, so I'm Madalena. I'm based in Berlin, Germany. There's an awesome day here, super warm, as you can see. And I am a community manager for Sumo, working most of all with forum support communities and Army of Awesome social media.
And you've done amazing work with the Polish community in preparation for Firefox OS. So thanks for everything you're doing.
Not so amazing, but yeah, some work.
And Tyler, introduce yourself.
Yeah, Tyler Downer. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's nice and warm here. I am the user advocacy head for Firefox for Android. I also do Firefox desktop special projects and Firefox OS as need be, but my main focus is Android.
Yes, but you were already answering Firefox OS questions on the forum. I saw you answered one yesterday, maybe our very first forum question for Firefox OS since the phones have been launched.
They are coming in.
Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to Satav, David Weir, for getting us on Air Mozilla today. He did all the administrative work to get us on the air today so that we could talk about support for Firefox OS and Firefox for Android to the world of Mozillians. So we do have an Etherpad set up for this meeting that's linked from the Air Mozilla page, so you can see the agenda. There's a bunch of links that will be helpful to you as we talk through how we do mobile support at Mozilla. And so we'll go to the Etherpad now. And we have the initial part of the Etherpad has an update from QA. Naoki Hirata is our QA star working on stability for Firefox OS and also Firefox for Android. So you can read his update in the wiki. He's unable to join us for the meeting today, but give us a sense of any questions you have about his status update. Is there anything we should discuss about the QA update before we go into more general stuff about B2G and Firefox OS? Okay, read the wiki for the QA update. I wanted to sort of just give a general overview about how support for Firefox OS works for everyone who's not in the trenches with us for the last year figuring this out. We have worked with all of our partners to put together what is sort of like a protocol for how we will support Firefox OS devices. So our network service providers will have many of these. Our first was Telefonica. They will support network and billing issues for customers. They're what is like a first line of support for basic troubleshooting. People can call them on the phone and get phone support. And then they'll be routed to other partners if it's determined that there's a different kind of a problem with the device. So the service providers on the front line, if they determine that there's a hardware issue, something that's actual part of the device, then they will route that issue to the hardware manufacturer, and the OEM will then take that issue and work with the customer through to resolution of the issue, do more troubleshooting with them, and also, if necessary, refurbish the device. So they're responsible for any returns of devices if that were to happen. Developers who have apps on the phone that people install from our marketplace, they support their own apps. So there's links from that app that you download to support that goes directly to the developer, and that's the expectation. There might be some edge cases that we've worked on for Marketplace where Mozilla can help a customer who has a unique type of a problem with a downloaded app, but in general, developers support their own apps, and that's part of the terms of using the Marketplace. And then Mozillians, what do? Well, we're here to support everyone who has a how-to question. Our whole mission is to make sure that no user is ever stopped or blocked by not knowing how to do something. So we write all the self-help articles for all the core apps and core features of Firefox OS. And we have provided all of those out to our partners. Our awesome localizers make them available in the local language, so we can provide them to our partners around the world, and they can make sure that their agents, whether it's for the network service providers or the OEM, so they all have the same information about how the apps work, how the functionality works, and how to do troubleshooting specific to the software. So we do that through self-help articles, which everyone has done an awesome job creating. We have 50 or 60 articles for Firefox OS on support.mozilla.org. And we also have community forums. So we provide forum support for Firefox OS on Sumo in English and in Brazilian Portuguese, Ralph Daw and his team of Brazilians. And then we also point to our awesome communities, Mozilla Hispano and Mozilla PL and Aviary PL for their forums if someone wants to ask a question in Spanish or Polish. So for any community where they already have an established forum, they'll be able to find that from the device. So they can go to help on the phone and then ask a question directly on the phone and get to a forum where someone can answer in their language. The other thing we do is we'll do tier 3 support for critical issues that come from our partners. Just kind of a separate thing, but it's really important agreement that we have with all the partners to take issues that are escalations. So far this week, now that we have phones in store, which is an amazing achievement and the most exciting thing ever, Hermina actually bought phones in a store last week, which is
a mystery shopper.
It's a miraculous. She wasn't a mystery. They knew her.
Ah.
She had been there a few times, I think, knocking on the door for a phone. So that's an amazing accomplishment. And everyone on this team, anyone who has ever contributed to Firefox had a part in that. But if you contributed to support, you had a big part in it in presenting to our partners how we do support at Mozilla. And so I thank you for your contributions. how can you participate now? In the Etherpad, I added some links to all the ways that you can participate in support now that we have devices in the streets, as they say. The prerequisite is if you aren't able to have a device, most of us don't have a device or a prototype device, you can run the Firefox OS simulator. We have an add-on for Firefox that can help you get started, and then you can just go to the settings and the help and find all the help articles to learn about the OS. And then we have the 4 main ways that we do support on Sumo, helping with questions on Twitter via the Army of Awesome, writing English how-to articles, translating how-to articles, and answering questions on our support forums. So there's links to all of those. You should be able to easily find them if you go to support.mozilla.org and click Help Other Users. You can join our awesome community and work with all of these fine people on supporting mobile products at Mozilla. So I'll just check and see if there are any questions in the channel, or do you all have additional things you want to say out to the people to welcome them to come to Sumo and help with Firefox OS support, or anything that I missed or misstated?
Well, you can always, if you're an IRC person, if you use the internet relay chat, you can always find us in #sumo.
Yes.
And on Pacific time and on European time, we generally have coverage. And we would love to answer your questions on how you can best fit in and how you can help out. I mean, the easiest way, obviously, is, well, one of the easiest ways is Twitter, helping out the Army of Awesome. Another easy way is answering questions. And another easy way, which is a little more difficult, maybe, is modifying existing articles.
Yeah,
and we have a buddy program, right, Madalena? We have a buddy program for those who need mentoring on joining our community, right?
Yes, we have a buddy program. So anybody who wants to join us, we can assign them a more senior contributor to actually help them through and show them around on how things are done. It's a lot of fun. So we also have a meeting every Friday. European time is, I think, 6, where anybody can join and, talk about buddies. It's on IRC, so you don't even need to have video. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, so Ralph, do you want to give a little update on Fizzle and last week's events?
Yes. So last week, for those who don't know, I was in Porto Alegre in the south of Brazil, and they had Fizzle, which is a free software event, the biggest free software event in Brazil. And we had a Mozilla presence in there with about 30 Mozillians, a few employees, and a lot of contributors. We also had Mark Sermon, the executive director of Mozilla Foundation, and he gave a presentation there about WebMaker, and the biggest focus over there was engagement with new developers and also the community, and also Sumo. I had a few small talks, gathered a few people interested in helping out with Mozilla, and there were total about 70 people throughout the days that joined these talks. None of them had ever heard about Sumo, but they were very excited to find out ways that they could help with support with Firefox. And definitely the most popular tool was Army of Awesome. They really liked seeing all of the real-time feedback with Firefox and all the comments in real time, and some funny comments and some funny jokes that show up on the feed from time to time. So overall, the event was very successful. The community bonded really well over these 4 days, and we're very successful at making a huge impact and a big shake-up at Fizzly, and getting Mozilla's name out there.
That's awesome. I know you guys and Sergio have been working a long time, many months, coordinating this event. So thanks so much for participation, bringing us closer to more people who can help with sumo. That's awesome, especially in Brazil. That's great news.
And I would definitely like to thank Sergio and Adriano and Fabricio and all of the other contributors. But too many contributors. They definitely had a huge impact in the event, and they were the big makers of the success of it. So thank you to all of the Brazilian contributors who made this huge impact at Fizzly.
Quack quack. Did they give them the ducks, the sumo ducks?
Yes. I don't have one here at arm's reach, but I'll go run in there and I'll grab one.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Okay, Hermina, you want to give us an update on your experience of the launch in Spain last week?
Sorry, sure. Of course. So yeah, last week I had.
You should probably show us your T-shirt. Is that a special T-shirt that you're wearing? Maybe you should show that to us. Yay! It's a great T-shirt.
I just got it yesterday from the guys in the office, and I'm wearing it since then. So
Perfect.
I wear it at work, and then when I slept yesterday night, and today again at work. So it will be interesting in a couple of days. Yeah, I had a pleasure to be in Madrid in Spain for 1 week last week for the launch of the ZTE Open, together with Telefonica and its commercial brand Movistar. So we've been there with the community and a couple of more Mozillians, and we had two days when we were in the store on last Friday and Saturday, and we've organized an event, actually 2 events. And people were like people on the street of Madrid. They were able to enter the shop to find more about the phone, to see the phones itself, and to buy them, which was quite cool. Telefonica gave us a whole wing of their flagship store on Gran Via, and we had huge screens with displaying the phone and what it can do. So and people was very interested in it. There were some demos made on the phones. So it was quite intensive, quite two intensive days in Madrid. Now I know that the phones are available in 350 stores, isn't it? Correct me, Michelle, if I'm wrong.
Yes.
From Spain, which is great. So we are expecting questions and compliments coming on the forum and for the channels we have for our users in Spain. So bring it on.
Thank you so much for being able to go. I think we decided very last minute for you to go and buy phones in the store and to be there with the community. So I really appreciate your going and traveling to be there in person to represent Sumo. It was so great to have you there and for you to meet Ruben and the rest of the community members and to thank them for all of their work and let them know that we're here to support them when they do start getting questions on the forum.
Sure. So it's been great being there with them.
Well, thank you so much. Anyone else have updates on Firefox OS this week? I spent time with Cheng yesterday. He's the user advocate for Firefox OS, and we don't have many questions or issues popping up just yet. We're trying to figure out exactly which build ID is on the majority of the phones that are going into stores. We have just a couple questions on the forums so far, and they're not really issues with software. They're more questions about what phones are supported, what devices are supported. So no big issues yet, which is cool. But we're just getting started. So so Roland, do you want to give an update on, or Tyler, did you have anything else that you wanted to update? Okay, Roland, you want to give an update on
Yeah,
Firefox for Android this week?
yeah. We have a 6-week development cycle for Firefox for Android as well as desktop. And sometimes we get features in at the last minute. And this looks like we're going to have one in Firefox 23. This is the dynamic URL bar. So we probably have to write an article. I'm assuming this feature will actually be in. We could probably model it after the Firefox OS. I believe there's a Firefox OS article about the dynamic URL bar, the URL bar moving in and out. So if you're interested, I would love to help you and mentor you to figure out the appropriate article and write it. We need to write it in the next week or so that we can get it localized. And I put links there. And tomorrow is Sumo Help article, and the Etherpad that I've linked to for the Sumo Help article day has Android-specific small edits and changes that we can do. So yeah. Oh, and as I'm sure Tyler will correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Firefox for 22 is looking good.
Yep, just to tack onto that, I looked through all the feedback for Firefox 22 yesterday, and we're all good to go from that on the Android side. So
yeah, I mean, I looked through it, but not as detailed as Tyler. Okay, that's it.
Awesome. So we have a URL bar for Firefox for Android that hides itself as you scroll down. That's the meaning of dynamic. Well, that's really exciting. I think people have wanted that ever since we did the redesign a year ago. So that's very exciting, and I think we're all more than happy to help you with the article. I don't think we have one for Firefox OS.
Oh, I think maybe you mentioned it in one of the articles. I thought
Did we
I saw
mention it?
of it.
Oh,
So I'm all about repurposing content from other products. So
do it.
I will hunt that down, and maybe if I can find it, I'll put a link here.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks. Let us know if you need any help or if there's something we can help you steal, content we can help you steal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, are there other questions? I don't see questions in the channel, but in the anything else section, there's a call for Q&A at the end of this awesome live stream session. Thanks to Joel Braddock for all of your help to get this set up. Yeah, it's very cool. Did you find the duck, Ralph? That's what I'm waiting for.
Yes.
There's the sumo duck.
I thought that was a Bisley duck.
Yeah.
Got confused.
So
Do we have? Is this official?
Mhm.
Because if it's official, I mean, we could take this to the next level for the summit.
Yes.
I mean, it was just I found this on Amazon, and I thought it was really cool. So they have different belt colors. So what I did was the people that attended my talk, they got the white belt, and the people that have been contributing and that have reviewer rights. I went ahead, or that were also interested in getting reviewer rights. I went ahead and gave him the black belt for for
Okay.
sumo.
The sumo duck.
Okay.
That's like the best duck ever.
Well, the black
need
belt duck is
more.
glorious.
Do they still have some in stock? I need some now.
Yes, they
Okay.
have tons of it.
We need to talk. We need to talk. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're almost out of time, but I do just want to tell everyone, all of our contributors who are in Poland, everyone who I had the opportunity to meet in Warsaw last year, that we are looking to you. We know that Firefox OS is coming to Poland, and if there's anything that you need as we ramp up there, please let us know. Please join your fellow community members in Poland to help with support for those people, those lucky folks who get Firefox OS devices in Poland. And I was able to meet with a contributor yesterday here in California who's doing an internship here, who did, Michael, who did a lot of the localization of sumo. He's very excited. He did localization into Polish of almost all of our sumo articles, so I want to give a shout out to him and to Patrick, who also did a bunch of Elton for sumo for Firefox OS this year. Thanks for being a part of the great launches that we're having this summer. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
But not in Mozilla. Ciao. Cheers.
Thanks.
Au revoir. Bis
Bye.
nächste Woche.
Bye.